Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're well and having an incredible day. Happy Tuesday. I hope you had a great start to the week. And of course, it's time for the weekly news update. We're going to run through all the things that are happening on both the Songbird and Flare network in a quick bullet style format. Bish bash bosh. We got Doc Bob D in the house. We got Tasmanian, TRT, Professor, Senor Steak, talking about the Judge Netburn. Well, I guess the Hinman documents, that's been pretty interesting. We've got Anna in the house, who made it just in time for the astronaut music. I know you love it. And of course, Death Ranger 2. Let's jump in. Oh, we've got Crypto Granny coming in just a little bit late, but always a pleasure to have you here. As I said before, we're going to do a bit of a rotation through some of these metric sites. We was previously just using Flare metrics built by FTSO AU. But if you want to see any different ones, please let me know. I think we've done, this one's obviously Flare Oracle. We did Flare Ocean last week, I believe. But yeah, let me know in the comments. We're going to start with the top 5 for the Flare network, as we always do. Top in the charts this week is Flare Beacon. We've got Evolve FTSO in 2nd place. In 3rd place, FTSO London. In 4th place, Lena Instruments. And finally, in 5th place, we have Flare.space. They've been creating some incredible apps which can actually help you forecast your future allocation if you are participating in the Flare drops. Oh, Death Ranger, cheers. That's quite the sacrifice. Thank you very much for closing the space. Always good to have you here. And of course, we have the Patreon chat straight after in Discord, so hope you can make that too. In regards to NFTs, let me just give this a bit of a quick refresh. So we got the latest news. The top performer this week, let's say, the NFT collection, is the Fat Tigers, and I think there's a good reason for why that may be. It's because the Fat Tigers project do have an upcoming mint, and you get one airdropped, or a fat kitten, if you're holding a fat tiger. So this is no surprise. In 2nd place, we've got S-Toads. In 3rd place, we've got the Fat Cats. In 4th place, Songbird City. And in 5th place, Luxury Loft. So it looks like all of the top 5 is dominated by just 2 projects. We've got the Fat Cats project and the S-Toads project. And these are all part of the, I guess, brand. So congratulations to them. They're obviously dominating the game. Honorable mention to Flare Apes, who are the top performing assets or NFT collection on the Flare network. Right, moving along. As I said earlier, Flare Space, they're doing great projections, but they also have informative graphics that are definitely worth watching. So you can follow them at flare.space. This is one talking about the ratio of FLR that's wrapped and unwrapped, or potentially burnt. So it looks like 157,000 FLR has been burnt, or maybe that's actually million, my bad. So very interesting. And, you know, something that I was thinking about is that a lot of this circulating supply is wrapped, and it shows that a lot of people are participating in the network, right? And I think that's very important to realize. It's not like a lot of this is held on exchanges, maybe a quarter, maybe there's some people that just hold it in wallets that haven't wrapped it for whatever reason, but I'd highly recommend you do so if you are holding FLR in your own wallet. But, you know, something else that I was thinking about based on this is that with there being such a low amount in comparison to the assets that are held in wallets, you know, this could contribute towards the volatility, because if there's not that much liquidity, if the order books aren't that deep, then this is where you can get the wild price fluctuations, and it goes in both ways, you know. So that's something that I was just thinking about based off this chart, but yeah, interesting to know. We also have this from Josh Edwards, the VP of Engineering at Flare Networks. He's asking everyone to update their Flare nodes by June the 20th, so in a week's time, I believe. If we look at this little snippet here, I'm not sure if you can see that, this hard fork for Flare mainnet adds inflation-based staking. Now, we haven't had too much information about this, but I'm hoping that we get some more details coming soon, and of course, I will be sure to share them with you all. Moving along. We've got this. So a lot of people have been asking me about this, the FCC airdrop for FTSO AU delegators, and it's going to be a randomly selected epoch. I'm going to select it probably on Thursday, but I'm not going to know the epoch until it's been selected, but it's going to be a random epoch within the next or within the past month, right? Between last flare drop and this coming flare drop. I'm going to select a random epoch, and if you're delegated to FTSO during that epoch, you're going to have some FCC to claim. You can still actually buy it right now. It is available on the Flare community website. I'll talk about that in just a second. We've got Flare metrics here built by FTSO AU, and they've started doing a weekly newsletter. I think they did this maybe last week or a couple of weeks ago. It's written by Tim, and yeah, it's actually quite comprehensive. They go over some of the weekly news as well. So if you're more of a reader rather than a visual learner, you can sort of go through this and give it a quick read and a scan if you're short for time. Thought I would check that out. And here's something as well, you know, it's very easy to lose sight of what's being built on the Songbird and Flare network. This is Flare.builders, again, built by FTSO AU, which is, you know, one of the reasons why they're a sponsor of the channel, because they've been doing some incredible things just for the ecosystem as a whole. The first metric site, they've got all of these additional utility tools to help, but this one's really helpful to give you an understanding of what's just been built. There's so many projects, and you can see them all here, you know, 270 separate projects. It's pretty good, actually, if you think about it. It just shows that there is a lot of attention on Songbird and Flare, and I think that's only going to increase as and when more utility is added to the network. So happy days. 2020 asking about the XFi snapshot. We know that there is going to be an upcoming XFi snapshot from Enosis, but we're not going to know until Enosis tells us. So it's going to be the same story for a long time until, or up until they announce it, right? Once they announce it, you will hear it absolutely everywhere, in the Discord, on Twitter, here on YouTube. So yeah, don't worry, you will definitely hear about it. And once it is taken, it's not like you're going to be rushed to do something that day. They're going to give you ample notice. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you guys may be aware, you might have heard about something called the Flare Drop. Well, the next one is just on the horizon, June the 15th. That's just a couple of days away. So happy days for that. I hope you've had all your FLR wrapped. And yeah, you're going to be able to claim in the next couple of days and get all of that sweet FLR. This is actually quite interesting. You know, I was just piecing together the gifts and everything that's going to go into the Lucky Claw project over the next 36 months, and it's going to be 1.8 million FLR given to Lucky Claw holders, 12 decent wallets. These are biometric hardware wallets, hundreds of NFTs. This is actually a typo. There's going to be a minimum of 100 million FCC, and of course 36 Flare community Pokédex, the Pokédex that you all see every Thursday when we play poker. And again, this is just the minimum. So Pretty cool. I've got a lot of things in the works. This is what's happening in the next draw, which is going to be in a couple of days' time. We've got, of course, the 50 FLR jackpot prize. We've got a Flare Apes NFT, and the floor price for them are pretty high. We've got a Johnny Lawrence NFT. We've got a Pixel Plant SGB, one of the Flare NFTs. This is a project created by none other than community legend Doc Bob D. We also have a poker deck as standard, but something else a little bit different this week is an Expector Bronze Land Package. Expector did sponsor the channel last month, and they are building a hyper-realistic metaverse. It looks really good, and you're going to be able to get yourself a land package. So it's going to one lucky holder, so good luck for Thursday. As I said before, you do have FCC, which you're able to spend. You can actually still buy it on the Flare community website, but we've started selling these poker tournament tickets, and the first one is slated for somewhere close to the end of this month. There's going to be a lot of different things up for grabs. We've got FLR, we've got FCC, and also one of the booster NFTs for the Lucky Claw project. I'll be talking about that in a little bit more detail in the coming days. This is an integration from CoinRabbit, and I believe that I think Draco was talking about this actually. This wallet that's integrated Flare, so it's going to be an alternative to MetaMask, I believe. Just great to see that more, wallets and whatnot are actually integrating FLR. No, in fact, actually, no, it's not. This is something a little bit different. This is a lending platform. Okay. Well, either way, happy days. It's always great to see more integrations. It will be listed on CoinRabbit. Let's have a quick peek, see what it's all about. Okay, so I think it's a loaning platform where you can stake your assets as collateral and get fiat in exchange, or well, I say fiat, but it looks like USDT, so still pretty interesting, sorry. This is some quite big news, actually, coming from BlazeSwap, something that I've been, begging for quite some time now, and that is the first decentralized exchange on Flare to actually support the Flare drops. And I think this is one of the reasons why we don't have that deep liquidity as we do in comparison to Songbird, because, if you're only earning a couple of percent, 1% on a DeFi platform, then it's not really worthwhile adding liquidity, because you'll get more return from actually just holding it wrapped so that you can benefit from the monthly Flare drops. So this is pretty good news. We know that Enosis is also going to add this functionality straight out of the gate. So it's definitely welcomed. I'll keep you guys posted on that. You can see here that they're planning to upgrade the smart contracts on Flare mainnet on Monday the 19th. And that's going to allow time for people to add liquidity, because the first week of the, the month where the Flare drop starts, that's actually not counted towards any of the snapshots. So that's well within the boundaries, so happy days. Moving along, we've got some news from Enosis. They've started talking about their upcoming bridge. We know that they have the XDC bridge, which has been very successful, and they're some of the best pools, actually. Yeah, that's it, Rabbi. That's it, Draco. Sorry, the Rabbi. That's it. Yeah, cool. So the Ethereum to Songbird bridge is going to have a maximum daily limit of $50,000 worth, and the minimum transaction is going to be $1,000 USDT or Ethereum, and the fee is going to be 1.5%. Now, it is important to note that this fee is obviously going to be going towards the bridging partners, but you've got to encompass the acknowledge the fees of the network itself. So in comparison to XDC, trading or performing transactions on Ethereum is much more expensive. So it's sort of a best of both worlds, where they've sort of added this fee where they need to accumulate so much from a minimum fee so that the bridging partners are actually not out of pocket. So either way, that's pretty exciting news. it's going to be great to see some more liquidity pools open and some more farms open on Enosis on the Songbird side. And I'm personally looking for the full revamp and the launch on Flare 2. So just going to have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Upper Cent dropping another bombshell. This is their biggest creator yet, Dylan Page. Over 7 million followers under 2 years. That's quite an achievement. 4 billion views. He's obviously part of their content creator courses, and he's going to be giving you all the insight and tips. And I'm really impressed with the caliber of candidates that Upper Cent have managed to acquire. I'm actually going to be going to see the Upper Cent team on Friday, actually, so that should be a lot of fun. And I believe Dylan's going to be there too, so it'd be great to catch up with him. As you all know, this was a previous week announcement. I think it was, last week, June the 7th. Robin Hills is talking about being emotionally intelligent. I watched that video on this and it was very informative. Some of these trailers that they've got, they're really showcasing the quality that Upper Cent are going to bring, you know. There are some teasers, you know, if we go back to this one, this is more of just a quick teaser. But they have things on YouTube which are maybe 20 to 30 minutes long, and this is just a teaser to the course. The courses are going to be broken down and going to be much more expansive, but yeah, definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. As I mentioned at the start, we was talking about the fat tigers having or dominating the price chart in terms of the Sparkles volume, and I think that's because of the upcoming fat kittens. I don't know, it's pretty funny, but they also actually have something very interesting, like dozens of prizes at $1,000 to $50,000 hidden within. And in fact, actually, if we go to their account here, give me a second, there we go, click on here, you can see this little logo up here, that actually represents a prize, and I think that's going to be the $50,000 prize bomb. Pretty generous. They're obviously doing great things are going well for them. So yeah, very happy and excited to see this mint, and wishing them the best. Here's something that I just wanted to remind you guys. As you all know, there are a lot of scammers out there that are trying to part you with your FLR. And there's some good practices here mentioned by Tip with Spark. This is the tip bot created by community legend Nebuchadnezzar and Head Sparkton. So here's some tips. Verify the authenticity of anyone's official accounts and check for the blue verification badge. This one, you know, scam accounts do often provide a verification badge as well, so take care with that. Take extra care when engaging with the account, as it does not currently have blue verification badge. We want to emphasize that we will never ask you to connect your wallets. Here's the thing, right? A lot of people just click on websites and then they connect to their wallet and they do a transaction without really trusting or verifying the authenticity of the website. And you know, always be skeptical. That's what I'm always saying. It's just better to be safe than sorry, and if something sounds too good to be true, it normally is. Last but not least, this is just a friendly reminder that Songbird is the canary network for Fleur. These two networks work in harmony and complement each other, and the Songbird network itself plays multiple roles for the Fleur network, right? It acts as a testing ground for Fleur before it is deployed on the mainnet. It offers dApp builders a live testing environment with real value, and it serves as the lower house within a bicameral governance structure. So, as I said before, Songbird isn't going anywhere, and in fact, Songbird has some interesting tokenomics because there is not this Flare drop, right? There's no Songbird drop. The initial 15% was distributed, and for that reason, the supply of Songbird is much less than that of Flare. Interesting nonetheless, but that's pretty much this week's news. If you do want to join us on Discord, and if you are a Patreon member, feel free to scroll down here, and if you click on the Patreon call, that's where we're going to be. You can see we've got Anna there already, and D-Day, he's obviously ahead in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Really hopes you enjoyed the video, and tomorrow we're going to be doing the poker draw, and the day after, since it is the flare drop date, we're going to be doing the lucky claw giveaway. So I hope you can make it for that too. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If I don't see you, have an incredible week, and until next time, I'm out.